Hey, it's David here, CEO and founder of the Freedom Founders Mastermind community. A lot of what I have the privilege of doing today is taking my experiences in life, in business and investments, and providing those experiences into context for people I love to help, people that are colleagues of mine in the healthcare professions or other business owners who are trying to figure out how to orchestrate a freedom plan the way I had to figure out many years ago when my daughter was sick, very sick, and I exited my business and had already built up a significant portfolio of passive income producing assets. And that's what I do today. So it's a privilege I have to do that. And then in doing so, I often have calls, mentoring calls, coaching calls, if you will, with specific people who have chosen to work with me. And I enjoy the heck out of it. It is a lot of fun just to go back in time and see through their eyes some of the obstacles and challenges they're seeing, same way I did when I was that point in life, and seeing how do I get through this? How do I find my way through whatever was going on in my life at the time? How do I put the pieces of the puzzles together, the equity, the assets, my skill sets, my time? How do I leverage those to the best of my ability without making big mistakes? I mean, that's what it's all about. And so I'm on a call today, but this time it's with one of my mentors. I have mentors. I think anybody who is out there in the space and doing great things, if you think you've reached the top of the mountain summit, you're nuts. Nobody has. I certainly haven't. And I just want to continue my climb to improve my abilities and improve my outlook and my vision about life overall. How else can I help people I want to help if I'm not on my own frontier? So I'm having a call today, but again, this is a mentor of mine. Well, halfway through the call, we talked about some of the things I was looking at and getting some perspective, which is what these calls are about. And by the way, if you don't have somebody who's doing that with you or for you, you're missing a big point in life. That's why all people need to have coaches in all aspects of their life, but find the right ones. Having this call, and we kind of flipped the switch on this call, and about halfway through, started talking about what he was trying to figure out. Well, he knows my expertise is in real estate, in finding, acquiring, investing in capital assets, alternative investments, primarily real estate, and how to use those assets, those investments, to build not only passive cash flow, which is how you set yourself free when you can replace your active income, but also to have assets that also will have an inflation hedge. So as we have an inflation environment, both the value of these assets will increase over time, as does the cash flow. That's what we need in life, and that's really what real estate does so well, as does business. But when you're tired of business, you want to let that go. You want your assets to produce for you so you have more time off. That's in essence what we do, in a nutshell. Well, this is a business owner, highly respected, international, runs a pretty good sized company, certainly has his own story, as we all do. Downturns, coming back from a bankruptcy many years ago, paying everybody back. These are the people I love to work with, love to help, or I love to invest with many times because they've learned lessons, right? You want to work with people who have learned lessons. And he wants to, and this person, my mentor, also appreciates real estate, but it's not his forte. So he, like most people, I got to find somebody. I got to find somebody that I can invest my money with. And so through some other professional organizations, it could be EO, Entrepreneur Organization, could be YPO, could be, in any of the ones where there's, higher level business owners. And certainly in those groups, there's going to be people who do certain kinds of investments. Could be Wall Street investments, could be real estate, could be XYZ, right? And so networking is important. Relationships with capital is important. Here's the problem. With this person who my mentor had gotten to know through time and probably felt pretty good with, because here's a guy that shows up and he's got some kind of a business thing. Well, apparently this person was also raising capital to invest in apartments, multifamily. Oh yeah, that's been a big asset class in real estate for many, many years. And for the most part, it's done well because we've been in a bull market, right? So anybody who does anything halfway right is going to be able to make money. And of course, there's a big chase for yield. So lots of capital come to anybody who says, hey, I know how to do this thing in real estate. And so here comes the capital. I'll do a syndication, I'll do a fund, and I can do this or that. And boom, the money's almost there. It's because there's so much money flooding the markets. So my mentor put money with this person. And during COVID, he screwed up everything. The operator screwed up everything. In our group, in Freedom Founders, we got through COVID like with nary a blip. Oh yeah, certainly there was some compression, some challenges, but so minimal. And all of our operators are strong. Well, why? Because they know what they're doing. Why? Because we vet them. key thing. We vet, due diligence, underwriting. My friend, my mentor, who invested through this other colleague in this other group, just looked at him from a peer-to-peer and thought, well, he seems like a good guy. I said to my mentor, I said, here's where you missed the mark. And it's not just you, it's everybody. Is you want to be different. You want to find a different pathway than everybody else because you want a different life. And a lot of people like real estate. So you invest your money with this person, but not really knowing what's his track record. Does he really know what he's doing? Well, comes forth that he doesn't know what he's doing. Now, I'm not saying he's fraudulent, but the issues have been that my mentor can't even get financials out of this person. He's pushing back. Had to have a lawyer write a letter. This guy says, the operator says he's holding cash back, holding back distributions, just in case. Just in case what? COVID was 2 years ago. I mean, the lockdown. If you're not operating well today, then something is amiss. Something's gone wrong, and even good people can go bad. It's just how do they react when times do go tough. See, my mentor didn't have any ability to look out. We weren't working together when he made this investment some years ago. Today, I told him, look, he said, well, I want to go to a place where they're going to teach, how to underwrite multifamily and how to do the bidding and the metrics. I go, no, you don't. You don't want to do that, because he goes, well, I'll meet a lot of other people there who are doing investments. I said, it's going to be the same thing. You're going to find the same thing. You're going to find a lot of exuberance, a lot of people who are inspired, people who have even had successes in the last several years with their model, but you have no idea what they know or what they don't know because you haven't vetted them. You don't know how to vet them. It's what we do in our group. It's what we do in Freedom Founders. It's what we make a mark to do. It's never a guarantee, but we mitigate so much risk by understanding how to do the right due diligence. So you either make a business out of doing that, you learn how to do it the right way, or you need to be with other people who know how to do it the right way. And there's an investment either way. If you go the long course and try to do it yourself, better plan on working a lot of hours to make a secondary business. Or you just go speed to goal and you find the right people, the right people who have already gone down the track record, already know how to do the vetting, and provide that safety net so that you don't have to go through it or have the brain damage of investing with somebody who didn't know what they were doing, or perhaps could have even been fraudulent in some cases, and you didn't know the difference. This is why you have to figure out, is it an expense or an investment when you invest in speed to goal, going through other people who have already done the hard work to get you to where you want to go. It's a price you get to pay either way. You got to figure out which one you want to do. Remember, always stay focused on your freedom. I'll see you next time.